You better not make me cry. Some of you are probably wondering, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be partying with your friends? Yeah. What are the plushies? That's what it is. Yeah, I have a problem. I have a problem. How much is that pile of merch? If you have to ask, you can't afford it. Lamborghini. Y'all ever heard of the movie Megalopolis? Oh God. I went in there blind. I didn't know what it was about. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola, the person who directed The Godfather, right? And it's like the 2-hour movie, which was supposedly, I don't know, some people are saying they're magnum opus or whatever like that. What can go wrong? The synopsis is like, instead of like New York, it is like times right now, but instead of New York, it's like New Rome. As Adam Driver got from Breaking Bad, I didn't like it. I'd give it 3 stars. There were so many times I wanted to like leave the theater because of how pretentious I thought it was. It was very hard, and the pacing was like weird. It was cringe. I think it was sort of like people trying to be very, very smart, but they're not really. It was so pretentious. Like, I felt like Adam Driver can be a very good contemporary actor, but this, they kind of like milked him. It's like if you give an artist who knows how to paint on a canvas, they've been doing it all their life, and then you give them Photoshop or Clip Paint Studio or Illustrator. The only thing I like were like probably like the Marcus Aurelius quotes. The best part of the movie, other than the popcorn and the nachos that I had, was getting this delivered on the same day that I went to go see it. At the end of that movie, I was like, yo, my God, people pay to see this movie? No, you have to pay me to see this movie. He sold his winery to make it independently. Oh yeah. I heard about that. It cost like, I think 125 million to make. And so far it's like grossing like 5 million at the box office. Gotta fact check everyone these days. Hey, how come I'm not getting interrupted? During this discussion, we agreed not to fact check. And since we're doing this, I'm just gonna have to like actually state the facts.
Thank you, gentlemen.
In order to assimilate myself in being a quote unquote generic woman, I go by the 666 rule. 6 foot tall, 6 figures, and at least 6 inches. Because I'm a tiny little Asian person. I got a facial this week. I was lying down in a private room. Like, how come we're not doing in the front end of the house? Next thing I know, this lady's pulling her pants down. I know some of you are mad. Blondie, why you always gotta make everything so sexual? Why are you being so sexual for a Blondie? I thought you were innocent. As I already explained it to you, I'm totally not sexual. Think of me of like a sex worker, but I don't do it. Right? You know how sex workers, they're like, oh my God, sex isn't fun anymore. I don't even think anymore. Like, because you probably engage in it a lot to a point where it diminishes marginal utility. Therefore, you're not as receptive to it. Then you say it to make yourself sound cool. Like, wow, this sex worker doesn't really care about sex all that much. Weird flex, but okay. But if you make sex work, then they're not actually sex workers because they're not making sex work for themselves. How many IQ points do I have now, internet? I can't wait after 5 years when Blondie Locks surpasses me. I'm gonna put my arm over their digital shoulder and be like, hey, how come you never call me anymore? If you go like that, it can feel really good sometimes. It can feel really good sometimes. Sometimes what I like to do is go sometimes.
G'day, mate.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Haven't had brekkie yet.
Jay, you pervert! Hell yeah, Baldy Blondie, hell yeah. You know. Real bad bitch, bussy bald like Saitama.